No, I have no issue with the picture of Mr. Savarkar being anywhere. I think so long as he has contributed even half a kg to the freedom struggle, I have no issue at all with Savarkar's picture being there.
No, what do you mean by half a kg to the freedom struggle?
No, he has contributed. He's enlisted as a freedom fighter, and Indiraji also had released his stamp, and he lived for a long time. So he was enlisted as a freedom fighter.
So do you agree that the narrative around him, the historical narrative around him, which we were accustomed to for the last 50, 60 years, was A, factually incorrect, and B, the byproduct of, let's say, intolerance by a certain section of historians and political parties as well, that they did not want to view him as just as much as a freedom fighter as they would view a Patel or a Nehru or a Gandhi?
No, I can only say that he had, he was also one of the accused in the Gandhi murder trial. So that may have kind of blighted his chances of being in the high pantheon of, freedom fighters. But otherwise, his contribution to the freedom struggle, nobody can deny.
So as far as the legal question between Hubballi and Bangalore, in the Bangalore case, of course, the Supreme Court yesterday gave an interim stay. Mr. Prakash's contention is Hubballi is different. He says there is no dispute here. It is a corporation land, and which is why the Karnataka High Court, the single judge bench, also ruled in favor of the municipality and the corporation and said that you can have Ganesh festival there.
No, I don't have a fixed view on this actually, Zaka. But let me tell you that if a court has decided one way or another, I think the court will eventually have to go into the title, whether somebody has a title, whether somebody doesn't have a title. If property belongs to X, is being sought to be taken over by the state, then I think it ought to be a genuinely title suit. It can't be the High Court which is deciding one way or another. It has to be a title suit and it has to emanate from a suit. This is my view from whether in regard to Bangalore Eidgah or in regard to the Hubbali Eidgah.
But Nasir Hussain Ustad, the law functions on the question of precedent. If there is a judgment from the Supreme Court as late as yesterday evening that in the Bangalore Eidgah Maidan the status quo will continue, the Anjuman Islami went back to the Karnataka High Court using that precedent to challenge and give the same verdict as far as Hubbali Maidan is concerned as well. Whereas the court declined that view, saying that the case is different. So is the law not working as a precedent? Are judgments of the Supreme Court not working as a precedent?
Under Article 142 of the Constitution.
Nasir Hussain, yeah. Or should we accept that the case is different? As Mr. Prakash says, there is no dispute. This is a corporation land.
Look, I don't want to get into the technicalities of the legal aspect of the particular Hubbali and the other land. Here, the matter is very much clear. The intent of the Hindutva forces is to spoil the communal harmony, disturb the cordial relation between the Hindus and the Muslims. The intent is very much clear.
No, but today Ganesh Utsav happened in Hubbali. There was no law and order issue. Why are you saying that the intent is to make law and order issue? There was no law and order issue.
For a couple of minutes. Here, Lord Ganesha festival was celebrated in India to unite the Indians in the fight against the Britishers in the freedom struggle. Now, these trouble-mongers are bringing up issues so that the communal harmony is torn apart, and they could divide India. And they are putting up the Veer Savarkar photo and the Tilak photo. Whereas both the leaders, which I know, one is from the Hindu Mahasabha and one is from the Congress. Lokmanya Tilak. Here they are putting up a joint alliance between the RSS and the Congress party. I am unable to understand.
No, but Nasir Hussain Saab, you said, Nasir Hussain Saab, you said they are doing this deliberately to provoke law and order situation. High Court gave a clearance. The Ganesh Habba happened in Hubballi today. No incident happened. Everything was fine. There was no communal flare-up.
That is what I am trying to tell. Is Ganesha festival is celebrated since long, and always Ganesha festival is celebrated. It was started up by Lokmanya Tilak in public places to unite the country against the Britishers.
So if it was done to unite the country in the 1920s and 30s, why can't the same apply in the 2000s? Why can't the same apply in 2022?
Definitely, it is celebrated in every corner, every area. Unnecessary, you go and celebrate in a place, in a Eidgah, What significance does it have? Do you expect any Christian or a Buddhist to come and celebrate their festival in before a temple?
Okay.
This is the question. What I'm telling is, Lord Ganesha is a national hero for the Indians because the role of the Ganesha festivals in India was to unite the Indians.
Precisely why you should not have a problem with Ganesha Habba being celebrated in the Idgah Maidan or whether it's in Bangalore or Hubballi. But anyway, but